Welcome to the Stuff and Things Podcast. Your home for all stuff related to your favorite things in entertainment. Now, here are your hosts.
Hello everybody and welcome to a very special episode of the Stuff and Things Podcast where we are talking and previewing Doctor Strange 2 from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. There's a sentence to try and say after having a few. I am Sam. Joining me to discuss all the theories and look ahead to the movie is my partner in crime. It's Stefan.
I am here, you are here, we are here. It is Doctor Strange, which is almost here, is here, depending when you listen to this.
Yeah, very much so. So this show is going out there to everybody. The film debuts in a few days.
Yeah.
Global release. There's already... The web is dark and full of spoilers, so please do try and avoid them. There is certainly no spoilers here. We have not seen the movie. Nope. We are purely looking at reports and theories that are out there. People say, oh, this is confirmed. Of course, no one's seen it yet, so they don't know.
I have actually just deleted the Twitter app off my phone after you told me that there's spoilers everywhere.
Yeah,
I am keeping away from the spoilers.
Yeah, because I mean, there's some things there's some stuff you learn about a film, like the Spider-Man. We all learned that, or we all kind of knew there were going to be 3 Spider-Men in it. And we all looked at that and went, that's going to be so much fun. And they didn't confirm, they didn't deny it. It was kind of like a nod and a wink to all of us. And we were like, this is going to be so good. And it was.
I sat in the theatre and I was just like, oh my, everything that happened, like the whole film, start to end, I was like, oh my God, wow, oh wow.
Yeah, and
I want that for this movie, so I am avoiding spoilers.
This film does have the capacity to do that, definitely. It is Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. He is literally going to be jumping through the multiverse, and in doing so, he can run into variants. He can run into all sorts of characters and people. One of the things that the trailer has basically confirmed is that from the comic books, the Illuminati are going to appear in this movie, and they're going to play a pretty key part by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, obviously there's comic book source material, but we don't know how that's going to translate into the movie, so I think possibly better not to speculate on what the Illuminati are doing. Are they literally just looking after one universe? Are they looking after the multiverse? Are they mad at him because of the multiverse issue? Did they go and arrest Wanda? Are they acting like the TVA from the Loki series? There's a lot, but we're just going to kind of go, okay, we're going to shelve that.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at who are going to be in the Illuminati, because I think one is confirmed by the trailer. We see part of him and we hear his voice.
And I think they've now, in the latest
TV spot,
I think they confirmed the second.
I think so too, and I think you could argue 3 even, but I will say definitely, I'd say this is like 99.9% Patrick Stewart is reviving his role as Professor X.
Which makes me so beyond happy. Like, considering having watched Logan, and that's one of my favourite of the Wolverine sort of X-Men films.
Yeah.
And seeing what happens there, I was like, that's the end. But now, to have him back and in the MCU, I hope, like, I'm with you, like 99% certain.
Yeah.
You kind of see the back of a bald head and you hear his voice.
And it's his voice. There's no two ways about it. One of the questions I've got for you, are they going to be de-aging him, do you think? And the reason why I ask this is because he appears to be in a yellow chair.
Which is like X-Men 97, sort of 95 year.
Yes, yeah. Now, we also know there is an animated series coming to Disney Plus continuing the X-Men, the 90s X-Men animated series, which of course ended in 1997. And they have literally called the next series of that X-Men 97, and it is just going to continue. It is literally going to pick up where that show left off. And by the way, I am delighted to say I will be rewatching that entire animated series soon.
Oh, yes.
But it would appear that that is a direct nod to that. So that is clearly where this Charles Xavier is from. That is, that's clearly his universe, if you like. But there's so... And this is something I wanted to say to you. This film, for me, has the potential, I think, to be the breaking of the MCU, which is a worry for me as a fan.
Okay.
Because even the concept of the multiverse and everything like that, watching the What If series, WandaVision, the concept of it is one where you can just be like, so wait a minute. Every character we've ever had who's died could not be dead. We get to see him again. This kind of feels like a... Do you see where I'm going with this?
There's the whole thing of, in the comics, no one's really dead because it's a comic book and you can bring anyone back.
Yeah, exactly.
And this now kind of opens that door as well of, okay, we saw Steve Rogers stayed back in time and has stayed, and he's now old man and lived his life with Peggy.
Yeah.
Iron Man sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
Vision. Well, we have the White Vision, but we have no idea where White Vision is. He's just disappeared for a bit.
Yeah.
All of these characters where all of a sudden you're like, well, they could reappear.
Do you think Paul Bettany is going to appear in this film? Do you think we're going to see a version of Vision? Because we know Wanda's in it. Wanda's one of the main characters in this movie.
So, for me, I look at that and I say yes.
Yeah.
But I say yes in a potential of flashbacky sort of thing.
Yeah.
More than him playing an active role.
Oh, I'm thinking cameo. I'm not thinking him being a main character.
But I think it's going to be cameo as in... cameoed as like her having a flashback thought almost more than him appearing and talking to her. Does that make sense?
See, I'm thinking of like crashing through the multiverse and imagine her showing up in a multiverse and immediately thinking, I wonder if Vision's here.
I want to stay here. Why? Yeah. Because Vision's here.
Exactly. Kind of like, and would she run into another version of herself? Would that be interesting? I'll just kill this other Wanda and then I'll take her place.
Yeah, because from just the trailers, that's all we're going to kind of reference is just the trailers and stuff that we've seen.
Yeah.
We do see what looks like at least one or two variants of Wanda.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange as well.
So definitely. Doctor Strange, I believe. So we see Stephen Strange.
Yep.
Let's call Stephen Strange the OG.
Yep.
So we have Stephen Strange. I believe there's also the Defender Strange.
Okay.
Which is the one that has the kind of more... He's got like the red and black kind of suit with like the... almost like racing lines of white hair.
Okay.
Down the side of his head. Instead of where Doctor Strange is whiter at the sides, this is more kind of top of his head.
Yeah.
Defender Strange. There's also obviously Sinister Strange, who we meet in the What If series.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, we kind of see him as what looks like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Which I believe he will play the bad guy. And then there's the possibility of is it Supreme Strange? In one of the trailers, you see Doctor Strange looking up, and outside his sanctuary, there's like this giant... like statue.
Yeah.
And in that kind of multiverse, and it looks like that could be the Supreme Strange.
Okay.
So we know there's going to be those variants of Doctor Strange in it. And then obviously you've got Wanda. And then in the scenes we see like there's a Wanda who looks like badly beaten up in one scene, I guess is how to put it.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, so is that going to be a variant of her? Or is she just going to get beaten up at some point in this film? Yeah. But we just don't know. Like, is it going to be a good variant? Is it a bad? Like, everything so far has kind of led the trailers and stuff to believe that we think Wanda's going to be the baddie. She breaks the multiverse and stuff, and she's doing the Darkhold book in the end scene of WandaVision, and it's been heavily linked. But do you think Wanda's the bad guy, or do you think that's kind of just Marvel being Marvel, leading us down the garden path, only to take us around the corner and go, nope?
I don't know. It's difficult to fully understand. This film was built on the rumours that it was going to be Doctor Strange versus Wanda.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think a lot of people need to understand is which Doctor Strange, which Wanda. Because during this film, I think we're going to see a Doctor Strange who is on the side of good, and I think we're going to see one that's on the side of bad. And I think we're going to see a Wanda who ultimately is on the side of good, and I also think we're going to see a Wanda that's ultimately on the side of bad. So any footage or any trailer where it looks like they're at odds, they're fighting, there's combat, and we can all see it in different trailers and TV spots.
Yeah.
I think we do have to keep in the back of our mind, but why? What's going on? Which, Wanda, very one-track minded. There's a fantastic scene in the first trailer, which was the spot that came on at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. It was the after-credit scene. And he walks up to her in like an orchard, Stephen Strange, and she's like, if you're here about that, it's like, look, I'm not here about what happened, just whatever. I'm here to talk to you and to go from there. Now, in a later trailer, that exact scene is there, but she's not in a beautiful orchard. It's like a torched, scorched earth background.
Yeah.
So which is the reality? Which is real? Was it simply a CGI thing to throw us off? Or are we actually seeing, again, another depiction of the multiverse? Or is this Wanda? Did Stephen approach her and she made it look like it was a beautiful orchard, even though it was actually scorched earth?
Because we've seen with the WandaVision thing that she can make like the entire town look different. And so it's very, very possible that he has walked into this area and it looks like she's thriving with beautiful trees around and everything's got her stuff together. And then him being a sorcerer as well kind of goes, Wanda, cut the crap. Breaks it off and you go, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what the hell's going on here? Now, we know that she has the book, The Darkhold.
Yes.
She took it from Agatha. We, fans of the comics, will know what The Darkhold is. From a MCU viewing point of view, the only time The Darkhold's been mentioned before was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which appears to be uncanonized right now, and I'm not quite sure how they're ever going to address that. I kind of feel like they've shelved it and they'll circle back at some point.
I really hope so, because there's some characters in that. I'd love to see Daisy, I'd love to see Mac, Fitzsimmons.
Mate, they could appear in this film. There are rumours galore that there are going to be a lot of very interesting cameos in this. And the Darkhold book, of course, could be the perfect way to bring them in. But, just going back to it, I don't know how that is going to play out in this film in the MCU as the main timeline.
Yeah.
Because the Darkhold book holds kind of mystic... And basically Wanda's trying to find a way to get her children back.
Yep.
I should also say on this podcast that the director has made it known before watching Doctor Strange 2, you need to have seen Doctor Strange 1, obviously.
Yep.
WandaVision, the What If series, and one other that's gone clean out of my head. He said one other thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's gone clean out of my head.
Is it Loki?
No, I don't think it was Loki.
I'm just thinking with timelines and stuff.
Well, you see, it's interesting because I thought that myself.
Yeah.
I thought, Loki would play a key part in this because of the TVA and everything that had gone on with that. But it would appear that it was... I mean, I'm just going back now. It won't be a second. I'll have it. But, I don't think it was. I'm fairly confident it was something else. So here we go. Yeah, Doctor Strange 1, WandaVision, What If... Oh, obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. He said those are essential. And for you to fully understand everything in this film, those are essential. So, if any of those things on that list you have not seen prior to going, now's your time. Get on Disney Plus. get looking at it, get watching it, because I think having all of that fresh going into this film is going to help you really follow the story.
Because I feel like you're going to walk out the theatre and your first expression is going to be, what the whoa, okay. Like, okay, let's have a bit of fun here. So I've got a list on a website here.
Yeah.
Of, it reckons, every character that is confirmed and rumoured.
Yep.
Now, this was published on the 5th of March, 2022.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not with all these leaks and stuff that are out at the moment. This is way before that.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm going to give you the name of a character, I want from you just a yes or no if you think they'll be in the film.
Go for it. So
we're going to ignore the Doctor Strange and the Wanda and Wanda variants.
Yeah.
Wong, we know.
Yes.
America Chavez, we know. Okay,
yes.
So
there you go.
Let's go to the rumours ones. So, up first, we are going to have... So it's a character called Sarah.
Okay.
Now, this is a fun one because this is no actress has been confirmed for this role. However, It was a Funko Pop leak of a character called Sarah wearing blue sorcerer robes. Now, Funko Pop have done this a few times.
Yeah.
Do you remember, was it... what film was it? Oh, it's going to bug me now. A film came out. I think it was Black Panther.
Yeah.
And Funko Pop basically released the entire cast of the characters before the film came out. So they've been known for doing that. So let's go. Okay, let's start with Professor X, Patrick Stewart. I'm guessing
I'm going to say yes to Sarah. By the way,
you can say yes to that one if it's on Funko.
Because in the comic books, Doctor Strange has a secretary called Sarah, and I just think perhaps that's going to somehow come in.
Okay,
carry on.
So Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Yes.
Okay. Hayley Atwell returning as Captain Carter.
Yes.
You believe yes on this one?
I do.
I think yes, purely based on that poster with the shield.
Also, she's in the new TV spot.
You
actually see her.
Oh, do you?
The latest one that came out yesterday. Yeah. You actually see her fighting somebody with the shield.
Dude, I
think it's Wanda. I think she's fighting Wanda.
Oh man, how have I not seen this? Oh man, I suck at this. Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
Do you think the Captain Marvel, but the Maria Rambeau?
Yes.
You think yes for that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with Loki.
No, I don't think we're going to see Loki.
Because he is rumoured to be shown with Morbius and Sylvie.
I'd love that. I don't think they're going to happen.
No? Okay, so we know that Billy and Tommy, we've seen them now in the...
I'd say yes and yes.
Yeah. Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, but I don't know who.
Because obviously everyone wants it to be John Krasinski.
Yeah, but he seems to have really distanced himself from it.
But so did Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, but John Krasinski's actually been filming an Amazon TV show, which he's the lead on. He would have to have a very different look for this. I think they're going to get Lone Griffith back. I think from the original Fox Fantastic Four.
With Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
That guy was awesome. See, I've got to be honest with you. He is my person. If they're going to bring him back, I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, so
Mr. Fantastic.
Boom. Yeah, okay. So that's my thoughts on that, yeah.
Okay, so going with the Mr. Fantastic, do you think he will be joined by the other three?
No.
You don't, because one of the rumours here is Chris Evans returning as the Human Torch.
See, now, I have seen a lot of him actually featuring twice in this film. Once as the Human Torch, as just a real fun nod. So imagine a scene where Mr. Fantastic's walking away from a meeting and he turns the corner and there you see Chris Evans as the Human Torch, and it's literally just a like, hey, what up?
Just him as Johnny.
Yeah. Just a moment, hey Johnny, and like maybe Stephen Strange doing a double take. What? And that's it, like a real throwaway gag. But then on another thing I've seen, which was a rumour where he would actually be playing Captain Hydra. So basically where the comic book arc where Stephen, he became Hydra agent. He actually became the bad guy.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I did see that, and maybe you'd see Carter, Captain Britain, go up against him in that role, which would be kind of fun.
That I'd be interested with that.
Yeah, but that was a wild ass rumor that was around months and months and months ago, and it's just died. Like, there's nothing about it anywhere now.
That's it. We put out on our TikTok, didn't we? Like, our TikTok. Yeah. When it first got announced, there was like rumor. Oh, this one. And then in the last month or two, it's kind of like everyone's gone.
Well, it kind of feels like they've confirmed so much, which is so rare. You know, the TV spots, the commercials, basically have nailed most of these theories down. That most people are like, oh, okay, well, they've confirmed it. So if they've not confirmed it, this obviously not in it. I'm not sure.
Okay, next one up is Black Bolt, which was from the Inhumans TV show. Bearing in mind, it only ran for like 1 8-episode season and then got scrapped.
I again, on this one, I'm not sure, because it seems perfectly logical. It seems to make sense that that's how they could canonize it as well.
Because I never watched it, but isn't Black Bolt, he's like the king of the Inhumans?
Yeah. And he was a key member of the Illuminati. Now, to me, yes, it's possible, but the Inhumans were used by Marvel Studios because they didn't have the rights to the X-Men in TV.
Yes.
So it would appear to me that now they have that back, and they've got Professor X sat right there. Do you need to bring in Black Bolt as well? I don't know. I'm going to say no to that one.
Okay. Next one up is Clea. CLEA, apparently played by Charlize Theron.
Right.
She is a powerful sorcerer in the Marvel catalogue. Long rumoured for a potential role in the MCU with ties to the Dark Dimension and a history with Dormammu.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, that's not one I've heard of.
No, I'm going to say no to that one.
Next one they reckon rumoured is Balder the Brave.
Nope.
Again, not one. It's an famous Asgardian. Apparently, it's Thor's half-brother. Now, the fact that hasn't been mentioned at all in any of the Thor films, I'm going to say no to that one.
Well, you're cracking open the multiverse, so
this is true.
In a different one, you could have a very different scenario, but no, not for me, that one.
Now, this one's fun. Magneto.
See, now, this is an interesting one.
This one actually has 4 actors named to it. So, Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
One that I'm going to let you talk about because he's a good actor, you know, from another show that we do on our podcast.
Okay.
And the last one is, I always get his name spelt wrong, but he's also linked with another character.
Okay.
Taron Egerton.
Oh, Taron Egerton, who's been linked with Wolverine.
He's been also linked to Wolverine, but on this one, he's also linked to Magneto.
No, he wouldn't be a good Magneto. I think he'd be an excellent Wolverine.
Yes.
But I'm guessing you're thinking Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew Lincoln, again, is being linked heavily with a role in the MCU. And again, I think his name, similar to Henry Cavill, I think his name is just being linked with role after role after role at the moment. If I was to see Magneto in this film, I'd love it to be one I recognise.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be one of the two that we've seen.
Or possibly both. You know, you could possibly see, because there's no reason why, just because Patrick Stewart's in this as Professor X, we don't also see the other version. Yeah.
That's something that's not been spoken about anywhere, actually, is seeing the younger version of Professor X from the other franchise.
The actor who plays Professor X, of course, is with his head shaved right now. Which a lot of people have pointed out and gone, wait a minute, why
he was on Graham Norton a little while ago. Yeah, he had the head shaved, and everyone was kind of like, why?
Yeah, so there you go. I don't know. I think yes, Magneto. Who? I don't know.
That'd be fun. So obviously you got the Iron Man variants. Now the obvious one for that is Tom Cruise.
I think that's going to happen. I don't know how I feel about it.
Do you think Tom Cruise? Because obviously he's also filming Maverick at the moment, so he's very busy.
Maverick was done a long time ago. Maverick got pushed because of the pandemic. And also, if it's a cameo, you're looking at a day, maybe 2 days work. I think yes. I think there's two reasons why I think yes. One, Tom Cruise and Jon Favreau have a good relationship from back in the day. Yeah. And also he has a good relationship with Kevin Feige and a few others.
Because he was genuinely up there for being Tony Stark.
He was their choice. He was their choice. And just like it wasn't, there talks were ongoing, and it was Jon Favreau who went, Robert Downey Jr. He just went, yes, I understand. Because the reason why they wanted Tom Cruise is because they thought there's no way we're going to get people to go and watch this film unless we have a star, like a real superstar in the main role. And when you think about, because when you think of the MCU now, it's difficult to imagine there was a time where comic book movies were being crapped on, especially Marvel movies.
Well, yeah, the Incredible Hulk and stuff like that were poor.
Yeah, like all anything that was made by this was Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige and the others remortgaged their houses to make this film. These guys risked everything on it. They literally rolled the dice, because this was before Disney bought them. Look, this was Marvel Studios. Yep. This was their first ever attempt at making a film, and it was amazing. You can't imagine it cast differently now, but because of that, I think it's a beautiful nod for them to do.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about there being another Iron Man.
Well, the thing is, if you accept that these variants exist, then you're going to have to accept that.
As long as they don't bring back an Iron Man to our universe, sort of thing.
I don't think so. I think
otherwise it's like, well, we die for no reason then.
When you look at the projects that are coming, I think Armor Wars and a few other things like that, it goes to show that no, there is a storyline as a legacy of the Tony Stark we know. Yeah. But as for another Iron Man crossing over into the main timeline, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, so we've got 4 more quickly to rattle through.
Go for it.
So we have Wolverine that we've already spoken about.
I think yes. I think Wolverine will appear.
Do you think it's going to be the Wolverine or a new Wolverine?
I have a fun theory that I'd love to happen, but I don't think it will. I'd love a throwaway scene at the end, maybe even an after credit, where they have maybe at this place the Illuminati have basically locked up threats and things like that, and they actually have as cellmates the Wolverine, Logan, Hugh Jackman, talking to Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
That would be amazing. He is the next one on the list, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
I think, yes, I think Deadpool is going to appear. I think Deadpool is going to appear, though, as something really random. So I think it would suit Ryan Reynolds' sense of humour. Yeah. I think it would suit the way they introduce the character being so meta. Would be an after credit scene of him literally locked in a cell. And just like him rattling the cage, and it's like, oh, what the and the film ends, Yeah. Just like a comment of like, I finally get in the MCU and the sons of bitches leave me locked in here for the whole film. Something like that, just something to make everyone laugh.
Yeah, this is not the contract I signed.
Just something daft, like Korg stitched me up, anything. So yes, I do think Deadpool will appear.
Okay, and the last 2 is Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I think Maguire's the one that's the most obvious one because of the whole Sam Raimi sort of link.
I'm going to say no. I think we've had the Spider-Man film. I think we've had the Spider-Man crossover. I don't think they're going to appear.
Okay, I would like to see them appear somewhere just because we're talking about the multiverses. Even if it's literally a cameo as they're going through different universes, a Spider-Man swings past them or something.
Well, that would, that could literally just be CGI'd or someone in a suit. Yeah. That wouldn't necessarily need to be Toby or Andrew.
No, as long as it's
they could possibly lend their voices. Yeah, I see what you mean.
As they swing past, they kind of appear on the sidewalk, and he goes, "Watch out!"
I think that's infinitely possible. But the other thing I don't like is the idea that we could break what's canonized. Yeah. So this is why I think the multiverse is such a tricky film, and why it could really damage people or turn people off from the MCU, because you've just seen Spider-Man No Way Home. The spell's been cast. Nobody knows who he is. Peter Parker. No one knows who he is. Well, you flash into these guys rocking up. It's like, oh wow, you know, you're Stephen Strange. Yeah, we met you when we were helping your Peter. My what? Did you see what I mean? It's kind of like you could use that to set up a kind of, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Or you could really confuse everyone.
See, I like the idea. The idea of them saying, oh yeah, no, we, you know, does so. Doctor Strange wiped everyone's memory of Tom Holland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he wipe his memory of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield?
We don't know.
We don't. So that could be a fun little conversation. Now, how is your Peter?
Yeah.
And him going,
My
Peter?
what? Yeah. My
what? And then disappearing off into another, like, what?
Yeah.
As American Chavez takes me through another portal or something. Him going, what did you mean now, my Peter? What?
Yeah. Who the hell? Yeah. So, look, there is countless amounts that could happen, and this film, I think, is going to be a real trip.
Oh, yes.
And I think it's possibly going to take more than one viewing to fully comprehend everything we see.
I look forward to us doing the podcast after we've both seen it, because I think we may have to double episode it like we did with Spider-Man.
Yeah. There's a very good real possibility. I am looking forward to seeing it. I'm going to do my damnedest to get to the cinema nice and early this time.
Happy days.
So we can try and turn the show around.
Have you got the tickets booked yet?
I have them booked.
Yes,
I have them booked. So, providing no, unforeseen, I will be there.
Lovely.
And we will get a show out nice and soon, so everyone who's enjoying the movie can enjoy us discussing it as well.
Yes.
But from a preview point of view, I think that's it. I mean,
just a nice short and sweet.
I don't want to say too much more. So hopefully everyone's as amped for this as we are. Really looking forward to watching it. Really looking forward to talk about it afterwards. If you've got any characters or any cameos in mind you think are going to appear and you've not seen it yet, let us know. And we'll add it to our notes, and then we'll kind of tick them off when we do our our post game show.
And if you have seen it yet, you sick bastards, don't email us. We don't want to know.
No spoilers, please. I wouldn't go as far as calling you sick bastards, but that was Stefan. He said that.
The film's not out yet. I say it.
All right, everybody. You all take care. We'll be back real soon. You look after yourselves.
That's a preview wrap.
Thank you for listening to the Stuff and Things podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show. You can find us on Facebook or online. Simply search the Stuff and Things podcast to join in our conversation every week.